Hello, everyone. This is your wonderful music teacher, Mrs. Schultz, and I just wanted to send you a quick video since we are not going to be having class on the 14th, which is this Friday. So I just kind of wanted to give you a couple important announcements and maybe clarify a few things about the project presentation for May, just so you have that in the back of your mind and you know what needs to be done. So first of all, just a quick heads up that by this time you should have through Unit 8 completed, which means you've done your Unit 8 discussion, your assessment, and your test part 2. Okay, your test part 2 you're putting into the assignment area, Unit 8 test part 2, so that I can grade it for you. And remember that if you have not yet done so, double check that you've also completed your Unit 6 and 7. These same three items are kind of true of all of the units: a discussion, a 5-point assessment, and then your big point getter for each one of the units is your test part 2. So if you're missing units 5, 6, 7, 8, as far as your test part 2s, make sure you get those in. Believe me, it can drastically change your grade from like an F to a B or an F to an A. So really, if you're low in your grade in music, grab your attention to one of those test part 2s and make sure you get those in. All right, let's move on to the project presentation. So let me go ahead and make this a little bigger so you can see. So just a reminder that in May is when we will hold these presentations. And here's the deal. This time around, I am not going to require that you do the presentation live in Class Connect. However, every one of you will still go ahead and do a presentation on a project with a PowerPoint and turn that into the Dropbox or the assignment area. I have not yet opened up the assignment folder for that because I want you to focus on your Unit 8 and then also all of Unit 9 before you complete the presentations. So you'll have all of May to do the presentation, so hopefully you'll not have any problems at all getting those in. But if you would like to present it live, I'm definitely looking for people, volunteers, to do so, and I will give you extra credit points for doing that live in Class Connect. So if you are interested in presenting it live, I just need you to do one quick thing for me, and that is send me a quick email today. Just reply back to this email that I sent this out on, and you're going to tell me if you want to present on May 5th, 12th, or 19th. This just ensures that I have everyone down and I haven't maybe ask too many kids to do it on one particular day, and it's nice and evened out. Just remember that all of you will submit your presentation to the assignment area. Even if you're presenting it live, you'll still do that. And I will just add those bonus points when you submit that through the Dropbox. Again, remember, you need to email me to let me know that. As far as the directions, they're very similar to the first semester, if you remember, and that is that there's 5 slides total. The first one, you're going to introduce your topic of your choice. 2, 3, and 4 are going to be your facts, the history, info about the music, very specific details, okay? And then the last one is just what are your sources that you used. Okay, you'll submit your 5-slide presentation to the assignment area. It's going to be listed as spring project presentation. It's going to be worth 40 points. You'll get an additional 15 points if you present it live. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. If you're needing some extra credit points, great way to do that is present your presentation. Couple things about the actual presentation is make sure you pick something that you're interested in, that maybe you've just kind of been wanting to learn a little bit more about, a burning question, something that you're dying to know more about. And also, please, I just am only asking you that you don't pick one person, like for instance, Elvis. I also don't want you to pick a band, for instance, um, like one of the 80s bands. I don't want you to pick just one band. Make sure you pick something more specific, such as world music, a style of music. So world music would be like Japanese music or Indonesian music or African music. A style of music would be like jazz music or 80s punk rock. A decade or a genre of music would be just kind of like what I just said. So maybe you want to pick music of the 50s and you're going to hone in on rock and roll in the 50s, or you're going to hone in on alternative music in the 90s. So again, you're kind of picking a genre within a decade. Otherwise, if you pick like a whole like 90s music, that's way too much to cover in 3 slides. You need to kind of narrow down your topic and focus a little bit more so it's manageable within 3 or 4 slides. You can also pick a specific instrument. Maybe you play the guitar and you want to know more about how it's created, how it's made, what was the origin of the guitar, what kinds of guitars there are, how they're used. That's a really awesome way to do it. And again, you don't have to just pick guitar, it could be any instrument. You could also pick music and another topic, like music and how it affects the brain. Music and children, does it help them memorize things better? Or if you put things to rhythm, do children learn how to read better? Music and teens, you could talk about like music and how it affects teens for positive or negative, depending on like what lyrics they listen to or something. And then you can also talk even about something like music and helping with quality of life with developmentally disabled or the elderly or infants that are in the neonatal intensive care unit, like the NICU, anything like that. So I hope those are just ideas. The sky is the limit. You can pick what you want, but that certainly is a couple ideas for you. And then just one other quick thing in the course, if you go to content and to any of your lessons or any of your units, if you scroll to the very bottom, you're going to see listed the resources for that particular unit. So down here, you can also click on the actual test. And when you click on the test, you're also going to see not only your unit test, but also the same thing, which is your resources. So you can find them either place. Remember, you do want to use these resources when taking your test. And real quick here, let me just show you what those resources look like. If you open it up, you're going to see every unit. You're going to see the overview. You're going to see each one of the slides and the lessons that you actually did in Music Studio. I've kind of screenshotted those as well as put some information for you to read. And then also right inside the actual lesson, I did go ahead and grab any resources that were used in that lesson. So for instance, in Unit 8, the 8.4 resource specifically related to Unit 8 Lesson 1. So right here, it's in order where you would have seen it in the actual Music Studio lesson, right there for you. I also kind of clicked and just created these particular things that you saw that were just helpful as far as getting engaged in your lesson. You can go ahead and click back on those in your Music Studio at any time, but of course I just put those in here for you to see. And then I just kind of want to point out your attention at the very end, you're going to see the actual resources for some of the quizzes, as well as the information for the answers that will help you in being a reference for your test. So hopefully that helps you, and I just want to thank you guys for all your hard work and for your patience with just how busy things have been on Fridays. So if you have questions, make sure you email me or feel free to come to our help sessions. I sent those out yesterday, and I look forward to seeing you guys. We do have a great big help session tomorrow on Thursday from 10 to 12, so feel free to pop in anytime if you have questions, and have a wonderful, happy Easter, everyone. Bye-bye.